Hi there. Today I want to talk to you about something that I don't think gets near enough attention when people consider a weight loss journey. It's something that is critical. It's something that can make or break your weight loss journey. And it's something that can take your weight loss journey to a whole new level, making you feel and think about it completely differently. And that's talking about our thoughts, not fleeting thoughts, but the ones that are there etched in our brain that we think over and over again. Such as when I was at my heaviest, I used to say things like, I'm never going to lose weight. I'm so disgusting. I hate how I am. Why can't I be normal? And these were not healthy thoughts. These are not how I would have talked to anybody else. These are not thoughts I would ever tell anybody to think about themselves. Yet I thought it was okay to call myself disgusting, to hate myself, to belittle myself, to shame myself, to live in remorse and regret day after day. And it was a horrible feeling. No wonder I was so depressed. I didn't have a kind thing to say about myself. Yes, I might have said, oh, I think I have a good heart, or I think I'm a good person. But that was so quiet compared to the shame I felt about letting myself go, about becoming so far gone in my weight and just giving up on life in general. I had these voices for years, and I can tell you they are not harmless. These are thoughts that are toxic. They don't just quietly sit in the background. They're like poison. They seep into every part of your thinking. They seep into every part of your identity. And if you think they're not going to affect your weight loss journey, I got news for you. If you carry those thoughts of being disgusting and being gross and feeling like you can't walk out in public without somebody looking at you and going, oh, that's the fat one. Here's a newsflash for you. When is the last time you walked by somebody and said, oh, there's the ugly one, or oh, she's just so gross? You don't do that, do you? And if you do, please work on that. Most people, most people I know don't look at people and judge them by the coat they're wearing, by the size they are, by the color of their hair, whatever the case may be. And the fact that you're overweight is not your identity, but you're making your identity by circulating these thoughts in your head, by allowing yourself to feel judged by people who are not judging you. And by the way, when you think of people such as the friends you used to have that you've isolated yourself from, and the colleagues you have, and the people that you pass by in a store and you think, oh, they're just thinking I'm that fat one, you are judging them, right? You're telling yourself that they're judging you because you're overweight. You're judging them, and that's not kind. Not only are you not being kind to yourself, but I don't say this to be harsh with you, but I lost good friends because I believed they were judging me. I didn't trust them enough to think they weren't going to look at me and say, oh, Easter's so disgusting now. What did she do to herself? Maybe they would think, oh, Easter, what did you do, hon? What's going on? But they didn't sit there and call me disgusting. And it was so unfair of me. It was so wrong of me to think that they would think that. But I really isolated myself from pretty much everybody except my siblings and my kids, period. So when you're talking to yourself like this, when you're identifying yourself as being fat and gross and disgusting and hating yourself, when you're judging other people for judging you, it stops your path forward. How can you move forward when all you feel is hatred towards yourself? How can you move forward if all you do is look at only the mistakes you've made in the past, only the behaviors you don't like in the past? You can't, because you're stuck on them. I want you to take a moment and pause. I want you to think about this for a minute. So one of the things I've said before, and I'm going to say this again, is if you're someone who's tried to lose weight before and you've lost 10 pounds or you've lost 100 pounds, and you've done it once, you've done it twice, and you've gained it back, instead of saying, I can't believe I did that to myself. Oh my gosh, how could I do that? Why don't you say, oh my gosh, I lost that weight. I can do it again. I did it before. I can do it again. I am capable. Or if you're someone who looks at people and you see, oh, what a kind person. I feel really bad for them. Why don't you look at yourself and see the kind person within yourself who feels for others, who cares about others? That is your identity. That person you are, who cares, who loves, who feels for others, who feels pain, who feels empathy and embraces others in a loving way. That's who you are. That is who you are. When you laugh, seeing a young child laughing, when you smile because you go outside and the sun is shining and it just feels so good to walk in the sun, that is who you are. When you pray or meditate or think deeply and you have these thoughts about life and you have these thoughts about really creative things or beautiful things or interesting things or really out there wild crazy things, that's who you are. You are not this person that you beat up night and day. You are not. Your identity is not the extra weight that you carry. That's flesh and bones, and it has nothing to do with your spirit. Do you get what I'm saying? Your spirit, the one that loves, cares, laughs, cries, feels, embraces, hugs, and gives and cares, that's you. So put away those negative thoughts and start thinking about yourself, about the beautiful person that you are. The person that I bet you can think of times when you've looked in the mirror and you've seen your eyes shining in the past. Maybe they don't now because you're not happy with yourself. But do you remember looking in the mirror and saying, oh, wow, there's just something there today. Maybe you didn't feel beautiful, but maybe there was just a sparkle in your eye, or maybe there was an extra glimmer in your smile. That's who you are. That's your beauty. Your beauty isn't your outside, it's your inside. So if you want to succeed on a weight loss journey, start to look at the positive things about yourself. Start saying, oh, well, you know what? Maybe I feel humble about it, but I am a kind person. And maybe I don't like to boast about it, but I really do care about other people. That's who you are. When you start embracing your good qualities, when you start to acknowledge the person you are that sings and laughs and dances and feels and hugs and cares, it is so much easier to go on a weight loss journey and succeed, because now you're loving yourself into doing something positive. Now you're propelling yourself through these kind thoughts to identifying yourself as a good, kind person. You're not identifying yourself with the part of yourself that right now you're not happy with, but that's not finite. You can change how you look. But your inside, who you are at your core, that's who you are. And you are not your weight. Whether you're 120 pounds or whether you're 320 pounds or 520 pounds, you are that caring, loving, fun, sassy, or subtle, or elegant, or graceful, or clumsy me, or quirky me person that's in there. And when you start to realize that that's who you really are, you're going to see changes that you don't expect, because you're looking at yourself in a new way. Think of how other people really feel about you. And I'm not saying how they look at you and you judge them for looking at you. Think about the people that love you. Do they look at you and say, oh, that's fat mom? If my kids ever thought I thought that about them, they would be so angry with me. But that's how I thought they thought about me. And that was wrong of me. And I'm admitting it here, and I know they're going to see this, and I'm sorry in advance. But I was so tied into thinking that I was my weight, and I never was. I never was. I realized when my twin granddaughters were born, and I was 350 pounds, and I used to look down at their little baby faces, and they would just smile at me. I thought, oh, they're the only people in the world that really see me for me. And they would laugh and they'd smile, and I'd sing to them and I'd dance with them and I'd make silly faces, and I was in heaven with them. And I thought that they, because of their innocence, could see my heart. But the truth is that there were so many people that saw my heart that I didn't see seeing me. So see yourself as the truth of who you are. Put aside the stigma you've given yourself. Start picturing yourself as that person. Now start picturing yourself as being thinner and getting there slowly, because you love yourself into it, because you want to do it for the right reasons. Don't hate yourself into a diet. Love yourself into a healthy lifestyle. Love yourself into positive thinking and embracing who you are at this moment. And you know what? The pounds will shed themselves because you'll care about yourself. And the changes will come because you'll want to do it, because you want to live life and enjoy life. If you walk into weight loss as, oh, I hate dieting, instead of, oh, this is new, but maybe I can get healthy. Maybe I can lose some weight. And I've done it before. I can do it again. The change in your attitude will make such a difference. I thought this was a really important topic to cover because we get so caught up in our self-image, and we think that when we look at TV commercials or magazines or movie stars or whatever, we forget that that is not the norm. These are people who society has in general termed as being beautiful people. But, number one, what are they in the inside? Are they beautiful on the inside? Probably they are, but probably some of them aren't. Beautiful comes in all shapes and sizes. Ugly comes in all shapes and sizes. And ugly isn't this. Ugly and beautiful are this. Ugly and beautiful come from what shines from inside you and comes out. Ugly and beautiful come from the words you say, the care you give, the prayers you say for others, the thoughts you give towards others, the time you spend doing things or talking to people who need you. That's who you are. Please love yourself into losing weight this time. Carry yourself higher. Hold yourself with esteem. Hold yourself with love. Hold yourself tight as if you're precious and beautiful and valuable, because you are. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. If this resonates with you because it made a big difference for me, let me know. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you soon with more.